Hello everybody, hope you're having another blessed day. In today's video we are back in the game of Wizard101 for a video that is definitely kind of late for me to be posted. Now if you've been keeping yourself up to date on the news of Wallaroo and Wizard101, you would know that test realm went live and the new world is out. And so, of course, the new world being out, being busy of work, of life, only had enough time to play through and actually finish out the game, as you can kind of obviously see if no XP bar on the bottom, or with my health being in 11k. So what I want to be doing today, I want to be kind of showcasing to you guys my kind of currently new stats, the new gear. You've probably seen a ton of stuff out there, so I just want to kind of talk into it. And also talk about some future stuff, since there are going to be some new updates coming pretty soon to Wizard101, especially with the other half of the gear. So that in mind, let's get into it. Now, we'll just hop over really quick to the stats real quick. As you can see, obviously, 11,782 gosh darn health, guys. More than that in freaking level 100 Dark Moon anymore. Barely breaking 5k. We're freaking 11k now, guys, and honestly, with some gear setups, probably, you know, we can go talk to this guy because we get the Orchard Gear guy from right over here. You know, you can maybe hit 12k soon, and honestly, I predict that. I know, of course, the next world will hit 12k, but I can see some like setups being 12k, which is freaking insane. There's no reason I feel like in my mind I can even imagine years ago that fire wizards will have 11k health, let alone over 10k. I thought even the last like level 160 Novus when I broke 10k, the last gear set was insane. But if you didn't know, they have these new fangs located over here that you can craft jewels for your square sockets. Now, typically a jewel, if I just kind of show you one over here from this little fan over here. So here, yeah, yours usually only gave you about 145. I think the best one now is 155 health. But what they have released, what doesn't mean these stats is dumb now, is that for square sockets you can get for fire of 595. Jeez, sweet Lord mercy. Not now. It just has been insane. It's crazy. You know, and again, you had roughly like 4 sockets last time, I think, where you can add on at least 2 sockets where you can add on a square socket. A lot of times be on your amulet, I believe. And now, you know, you can add at least 1 or 2 of these to your whole lineup, which is cool. It's very cool, and it's really fun to mess around with that. And even like the ice and health and life, they get like 700-800 from these, so a little crazy what we're seeing the stats now. I digress though, so let's get back into it. So we have a lot in 11k plus health. Our damage shot up from 204 to 227. Now of course I'm pretty sure you can hit like 280 something right now, but I want to talk about why I'm at 227, though I may try to change this technically depending on what stuff I can get maybe in the future. Now we have 54 resists and 65 the myth. That myth you can swap out for whatever pin you want. You can go for more balance resist or more ice resist. It doesn't freaking matter. I just went myth because I thought it looked neat, because the other ones gave you like 10 resists. I thought 65 looked better than 64. Actually 100%. 12 myth, who cares? With our crit 731 for block 663, we still get crit on. You know, back like 6-7 years ago in the game when block came around, really, or even older than that, 663 would have been freaking god mode. Yes, it would have been impossible to crit on this guy. I don't know if I even blocked in this world, honestly. It's kind of been rough. Now, next big one though, I'm still at 50 pierce. All right. Now, I've been seeing a lot of this one. If you see the 280, 270, 260 lineups, you're not going to be having 50 pierce, folks. A lot of times you'll be sitting at like 20s. So I'm talking about why, real quick, why I have 50 pierce. And now I don't try to go for more health. Well, not health, but more damage. Because also you didn't know, with this update, with some new jewels you can get, not only can you get your good old classic, where is it at? Our pierce store. You can also get this 10 flat on flip and damage, which is how I got from to 227, adding some of these on. All right. So some setups, so I think you can get like almost 6 of these on, just slapping 10 of these on there, going for max damage. And that's fine if you want to play that way, but I think Pierce is better, especially for the long run of the game. mainly being as long as there is resist that you can pierce into. Let's say even if it's like 51 resist, if it's laid as 51 resist, having 50 pierce instead of having like 50 pierce and 227 is will still be better than having like 257 and like 32 pierce. Because as long as you're piercing something at least 1%, you're always still doing more damage than having less pierce and more damage. Right? You can try to figure out the math if you want to test it yourself. What I messed around doing some math with it, let's say I had the damage is 1,000 roughly. Okay, and I just times it by 227. All right, so that gives me basically, let's say 200 or 2,275. I put it against something with 100, with let's say 65 resist, so I'll do 15% or 15% less. So you just times that by 0.85, and that gives you your number. Now on the flip side, you do it with more damage and less pierce, and you'll find out the one with more damage will always do less. Well, always a more damage stat will do less damage if as long as it's going to hit into resist. Now I will say though, if you show in Wallaroo, the highest resist you're going to have into, at least for flat resist, would be like 42, like 38 to 42. So you can get away with maybe one more jewel added on for damage. I'm personally just not kind of like that 50 stat. Now carrying on, that don't really matter. 785 pip conversion, 101 pip power pip because we know we love the game. 85 shadow pip because we don't use shadow pips anymore and it makes me want to cry. Raging Bull, never seen so little use in the world. Oh, RIP the bull. Alright, and then I'd say that matter. This Arch Mastery matters because it ticks me the frick off. Alright, this is the dumbest stat lead of how it is currently set in the game. Because there is a new spell in the game, alright, and these new spells basically you have to dual pip. Basically, it'd be like for me, have to get a life pip, and it's based on your Arch Mastery rating. Now, that would be fine if it worked like the Shadow Pip rating, which maybe depending against the person you're playing against, get better Shadow Pips, or maybe it is the same. I don't know. Alright, but basically, as long as one other person on your team has a higher rating than you, you gotta wait an extra flipping turn to get your spell. It sucks. Because a lot of times you want to hit first turn if they want to use some new spells. But as long as one person has added on a dumb jewel, Archmaster jewel, they won't do it. And it's really stupid too. If you add an Archmaster jewel, I think everyone's base is 191 with the new gear. So everyone should be fine. But some people are going, this little guy named Little Lucky here. Yeah, it's your fault, Lucky. I hate you. I hate you. I don't like you. Right, and also, instead of adding a health draw was up to like 155 more health, they're like, I'm just going to add on a stupid Arch Mastery Opal. All right, it doesn't help your stats. It just screws your teammate. So I'm getting kind of sick of this crap. All right, I don't know how time to play for this game, and I go try using my spell first turn, and Lord help me, freaking Storm, Little Life, dead. Yeah, I'm getting a little mad about that. You can tell right now from my voice. All right. So there we go. Those are stats. And again, speaking about spells, you know, this is the spell I'm talking about. The old life pip right there. All right, it's been pretty cool. And also, real quick, as you see right here, this is basically my deck setup through the whole entire world of Wallaroo. Mainly being it was pretty easy. It was literally most of the time this for all the minion fights, Frenzy, and then good old Phantasmiax Fangs. And also, if you look into the spell, I have taken the time to also max out the spell. Base is 45, it goes to 505. So that 20 more damage. Does it make a difference? Absolutely not. But was it really annoying to do so? Yes. Alright. So yeah, most of the time you had this Frenzy and hit for all minions. Most minions only have like 4 to 5k, and this base, I think, base crit is like 3,700 right now for me in my stats. So it's pretty good. Now, let's get into the gear. Where we have the hat, the robe, the boots, and the wand are all the same. With different pins. The pins have updated for at least those dual schools. Instead of, I think it was 5 pierce and 20 damage, it's 6 pierce and 21 damage. So yay, I got, I think, a total of 6 more pierce and 6 more damage to myth. I am 100% never going to use that. Alright, so these are all the same. Alright, but I will talk about something after we go for all the gear, how this may be changing in the future. Now, a thing that is a little different is with the wand, because it did have a square socket, so we just slapped on a 595 health. Because why not, man? What, we don't want to have to run a flat 26, 27 resist Jewel. Oh, yes, we'll take 27 less damage on that hit. Oh, I can just slap 595 and I just won't die sooner. I'll take option 2. Right, which is what I did. So we still have that new Jewel. Now with the Avon, which is new, we have the Dream Reaver Knife for Lens 70. It was basically a 1 damage and a little bit health increase. Now this is also basically the same. Instead of that triangle socket which you had for accuracy, they replaced it with a square Jewel. So now he's got a ton of health on this amulet. So this amulet by itself, do the math real quick in my head. That Jewel's added on, it's like an extra 750, I think, if I did the math right. So 750. So we're getting over 1800 health from this one Avon. Yeah, that's a lot. All right. Now this is the next one. It is wonky because we are not using Dragoon. You know, it broke my heart, man. I tried my best. I love Dragoon Amulet. You will not be forgotten. You are the MVP from 130 all the way to 170, and God help my soul, I will never trash you. All right, you will sit in that bank. In fact, if they ever come out with like an amulet pedestal, I'm gonna slap that son of a gun on there because it deserved it. It was the world MVP for the last like year or two. But we have the new amulet, the Dream Reaver amulet. Yeah, a little bit more resist. It doesn't have a hit all, but here's some things. First you see the spells. It gives you a fire blade. Who cares? What's crazy is about the sockets. It wasn't no health and square sockets like the Dragoon. All right, it wasn't like I was gonna get a ton of health. This sucker had a triangle and also a circle, which means this thing not only does it give me 6 resist and some health, gives me my triangle socket back for that 16 accuracy and 10 damage added on. This is weird. This is the weird amulet now. All right, but I like it. I like it a lot. All right, so yeah, it's weird. It does not feel natural how we've been used to having amulets like this, for example, like a double square. That's normal. For this one, a tier and a square. That's normal. Circle and triangle was literally look like witchcraft literally about a year or two ago. That is sorcery in the making. But we're having to learn to live with it, and I'm not going to say no to it at all. And the circle one's still the same. Except we did, I think we lost. No, it's all the same still. It's still the same. It still was a square at the end. That's where we also got one for a flat resist, which is now 595. And difference again for this, we got an extra damage, I think, or maybe 2. All right, pet is still the same. I do like going heavy on the resist, though I am thinking maybe in the future, depending how gear changes, I may take off that the 5 may cast Brace. I didn't see Brace cast that often, but when it did, it was really cool. Especially with the solo fights in this world. These solo fights, woo boy, those solo fights kind of a little rough sometimes, especially when you go into blind. Because when I caught playing this, there wasn't a lot of notes in the wiki. So yeah, we kind of died a couple times, which is really annoying for me because I don't usually die in this game. So I would say it's 1 pro for the world. It wasn't super easy, and it actually killed good players. I think that's one of the big things with it. It was actually a struggle for some parts for the actually pro players. So that was interesting. All right, and then the deck. Oh gosh, the deck. Give me I think after this one last time with the primordial deck, I think it had like a tier socket to put some health, and it has a circle socket. All right, so of course it's a little boost in the health, boost in the crit and damage, gives you that 55 arch mastery. I hate that stupid stack and burn. All right, but that circle socket, let's just add on a no pierce. So I wouldn't say no doubt at all. Alright, so that's basically the whole little deck setup. Okay, it's just basically you can also just craft from this little MVP. Not only can you craft all your socket and jewels you could ever want, you can also craft all the stuff currently in the game, and also the future stuff when it does get released. And speaking of getting released, there will eventually be a new dungeon. They said in probably mid-January. They'll release the Edo half and basically the hat, the robe, the boots, and the wands for Wateroo, or I guess boomerangs technically for this world. All right. Now, people are trying to get hype about. Now, I'll say personally, in my opinion, I'm not much for the care for the new dungeon. Even though, of course, you know it will be better stats, but it's not gonna make a big boost like we just had going on with this update. And let me tell you why. All right, because main thing is though, all these parts here, they don't really change at all with like the jewels. They're all going to have basically the same pins, but don't really affect your actual stats. Yeah, maybe there's an extra circle, or what do you call it, the shield thing, get more to resist of some school for PvP. Cool. Right, but I'm pretty sure it'll be part of the exact same we have now, just boosting your secondary school, and we already have the max jewels though, so that's not going to shoot up a number. Now I haven't taken a chance to look at the wand, how it may change. It may have a different jewel socket, which would be interesting. But I think overall, just looking at the pure stats available for all these pieces of gear, I think once we farm the new dungeon, we may only go up by like free damage resist, a little bit like 1 or 2 more pierce, a little more crit, more block, maybe even like less health, honestly, depending on what we change up. I think even like this part loses that health. Yeah, this loses the health. I just remember that. It's like is it a triangle socket? I think maybe a triangle. Maybe, I don't know. Triangle cheer. I can't remember. All right, so we have to be losing health in a new update. And I'll also say one last thing too. Of course, the new best SKU will be the dungeon gear when it comes out. But it is one other thing. Oh, hi Duncan. Bye Duncan. One other thing too. The way you can change this gear up a little bit. What I wish I could do would be to go do the raid for the Voracious raid, get the void or nullity, the void nullity robe. It's less health, and less resist, but it does give you, I think, like 3 more damage. I get up to 230 if I had it, and I think it even gives like 2 or 3 more pierce. So if we had that, use the nullity till maybe it gets obsolete. Who knows? But yeah, with that, that's going to do it for today's video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys are playing Wizard101 and enjoying Wallaroo. Of course, put in the comment section how you are enjoying this world. If you already finished it, how's the farming going? Have you been enjoying it? Has it been grinding? Because I think that's the big debate. Is Wallaroo grindy? And I'm going to say no. Mainly being I got all my stuff in the span like 5 days, including beating the world and farming for the gear. 5 days time total. I don't think that's bad at all. In fact, compared to Novus, which took for some people months, I just used the weird old power of a credit card, all right, and got all my gear. But those that apparently I heard like 7 months farming, my condolences to you. But yeah, with that, that's what it is this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If it did, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. That's helps you support me. It helps me make more videos for you to enjoy. Now with that, I hope the rest of the week is blessed, and I hope to see you again in the next video. And with that in mind, I'm out.